A little bit about our vision for what we're trying to do here. You know, we were lucky enough to inherit a really talented team in 2006, and we had some really good success at the beginning, 2006, 2007, won the cup, and the support was awesome during those years. Unfortunately, you know, after that in 2008, communication began to break down a little bit between the support groups. There was a split. Texian Army moved to the south end, and EV stayed in the north, and you know, things were kind of isolated for a couple years there. A couple new groups formed during that time. Brick Wall formed in the north end, and La Batteria formed in the south. Next couple years had some ups and downs. Support was generally pretty good at the end of the stadium. Last year, the group started talking again. Through some really exemplary stuff from some leadership in EV, we sat down and we started talking again, and we started asking the question: what if we all got back together? What if we all sat down and squashed the beef and got back into the north end and started singing for the team? Well, the team went on a run and we made it to the cup, and that was awesome. We're not going to take credit for that, but. I mean, that helps, and that right there, you know, they're correlated. That's all we can say. But
from a player standpoint, it was awesome to see you guys back together again. You know, that's what we always wanted, and that's what we want at the new stadium. You know, for you guys to be the leaders of the entire stadium.
We like, just to also go on to that, like, that was one of the questions we actually asked: is why are these guys so split? It was so, you know, it was so much better when, you know, it's one big group than little split groups all over the place. We actually asked that question before we even knew what was going on. So the fact that everybody came back together and was one loud, proud group, you know, it does make a difference. That's what we can't emphasize enough, how much you guys mean to what we do.
Yeah, and Brad, I mean, we're not going to brush it under the rug. I mean, communication broke down and there was drama. You know, people butted heads, some unfortunate things happened, and there was just no way that it could stay together. What's most important is that we brought it back together, and that people recommitted to the purpose of supporting the team. You know, you guys are what matters, and you know, we talked our way through it, we communicate our way through it, and that's really the only way you can solve problems. And you know, then last year, you know, we get to the cup, we stumble. At the end of the cup, we stumble and we give one up late, and we're not able to get back in it. Some unfortunate things happen from our end as supporters. The aftermath of that, sanctions. The league says no more drums and no more bandos when you guys travel. That stuff's off limits for 8 games. All right, and these sanctions are in place until you guys create a charter and create a code of conduct.
There already is a code of conduct.
There already is. They said create your own. Create your own. And let me tell you, that sucks. It sucks being told that you have to do something. It sucks being one of the people who is there who really didn't do anything wrong. All you really did was you spent money, you went out to support your team.
Those are the people that are sitting here tonight.
Those are the people here sitting tonight. They're here because they care about this team. And they're told, when you travel to Chicago, you can't do anything out there. You can
I don't do anything else when I travel. I support the Dynamo.
That's what most of us here today did. That's actually, I think that's what all of us here did. So it was really unfortunate that we were told, you guys go make a code of conduct for yourself, or we're not going to give you any of your toys back. So, you know, we kind of found ourselves with our back up against the walls. You know, they'll consider it after our home opener if you guys create a code of conduct, but no guarantees. So with our backs kind of up against the wall, we recognize that there is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here. If we're all coming together and we're all talking about this together, then we actually have a unique opportunity here to leverage this buzz around the stadium. And you know, we're all here. Why are most of us here today? Because the stadium's open. We're excited about that. So we recognize an opportunity to create the foundation, a framework for a grassroots community that involves everyone. Over the past 6 years, there's kind of been a division, a barrier that's existed between supporters and unaffiliated fans. And we're here today to knock that down. We have a new idea which brings everyone together and says, you're a supporter, you're a supporter, you're a supporter, you're a supporter. We're all supporters, all right? There's been a bit of elitism up to now, which says, well, we're supporters and y'all are fans. Enough of that. That ends today.
Hear, hear.
So, what we're looking to do is we're looking to go big with this. We want to involve everyone and see if we can get everyone pulling in one direction. So if we were all under, one idea with one purpose, one commitment, imagine some possibilities, okay? All fans, group affiliated and independent, fostering a grassroots community. What if that community shared its songs and made them accessible to everybody? Online, handing them out at the gate. Hey, first time at a Dynamo game, here are the songs. We hope you'll sing with us. What if one organization generated revenue and then funded and organized production and deployment of TIFO? Everyone here know what TIFO is?
Yeah.
The visuals, the big banners you see in the end. They cost money. They cost money and time. One organization funding that and organizing it.
And loft space.
And wall space. We need space too. Guys, I cannot tell you what a headache it is putting together a bus trip for one supporters group. And every support group does this. They have to organize a bus. We're all duplicating efforts, and it's stressful and it's expensive. What if we had one organization organizing a bus trip for everyone, and then leveraging the collective bargaining power of, well, we got 8 buses for you. Price goes down, and then we can lean on the administrative resources of one organization to get that done. What if we had one tailgate spot, one massive tailgate spot, where food and drink are cheap and everyone's welcome?
Everybody else go.
What if we gave back the city of Houston? What if we created a charity that not only shares the sport of soccer with youths, but awards scholarships to underprivileged kids to camps that feed into our youth academy?
Hear, hear.
So, you guys are probably thinking, that all sounds great, sounds really tough, I'm skeptical, borderline impossible. Fact is, something like this already exists today in the United States. It's Section 8. It's Section 8 Chicago. Section 8 is not just a place. Section 8 is the Independent Supporters Association of the Chicago Fire, founded in 2003. Section 8 represents all fans, group affiliated and independent, to foster one community for everyone. A couple of highlights from Section 8. These guys average 8 buses to Columbus. 8. We've been taking 2 or 3 to Dallas. Dallas is 4 hours away. Columbus is 6. They fund 100% of the TIFO there. They have an internet forum where everyone, all the fan base, is invited to come and collaborate and organize and plan their ideas. Big tailgate for everyone. Their leadership structure, their board is 100% elected by the fan base. You don't need to be in a group to do it. Everyone's welcome to run for it, all elected by the fan base. They're annually operating a 6-figure budget. I think last year was $200,000. Well, they started 9 years ago, so that doesn't happen overnight. And they donate 5 figures of that to charity. So they're taking care of their community too up there. They have a Player of the Year award. The fan base gets together and decides, you know what, you're dear to our heart, or you're dear to our heart. Well, you're both dear to our hearts. There's only one. start competing now. But they all get together and they all have an award. That's the supporters award. We hope that that's something that's dear to the hearts of the players.
They call the supporters for nothing.
Well, that's league run. You know.
That ain't league run.
No, it isn't.
Well,
It's not league run.
No,
it's questionable. It's questionable.
It's not league run.
Well, my ignorance shines on that one. This is a good one. This one's really cool. They have a shuttle bus that gets the fans to the game that comes from each side of town. $10 round trip, and you know what? There's free beer on it. Well, not free. It's $10 to get on there, but you know, with all the questions about parking, I think that's a pretty cool one. I hope that's something that might be a possibility. But the point is that they didn't get there overnight. Those are some really big ideas, some huge initiatives, and they don't get there overnight. And some of those ideas might not be a good fit for us here in Houston. I'm not saying let's do all of those things, but the point is that when we all as a fan base get together and start pulling in the same direction, you can undertake some massive initiatives. And that's why some of us got together with our backs up against the wall and decided, let's create an independent supporters association. Let's create Walker and Houston, because it's what these guys deserve, it's what our team deserves, it's what our city deserves. So we created a charter for this thing, and I'm not going to bore you guys by standing up here and reading it to you. It's going to be launched on our website tonight. It's walkerandhouston.com. walkerandhouston.com. We'll publish it on there. I just want to make a couple comments about things that are on the charter, because just like the Constitution of the United States, it's the spirit of the document. No document's perfect. All right, if you just throw a document at people, they're going to find flaws in it, and it isn't perfect. It's not perfect. This is the beginning, but we got a couple comments on it that we want to share about the spirit of this thing. Most important part of the whole document. What game is that from? I know that from somewhere. So the charter has a statement of purpose, a section entitled "Who We Are," and the vision. That is what the whole association is about right there. Those three parts are the most important parts of the document. They all actually fit on one page. The vision is actually where this thing started. Vision is very simple. It's TIFO in every section and 22,000 supporters singing for the Dynamo.
Yes.
A Dynamo supporter community. Everyone is a supporter.
Unite the clan.
Unite the clans. With our backs up against the wall, we had to create a code of conduct. But we don't really care for the term code of conduct, number one, because it's negative. It says these are the things that you cannot do. And I really think that people have always known what they can't do. But what we've never done is we've never educated them on a specific reason not to do them. And the first idea that our honor code, we call it an honor code, that it opens up with is represent. Whenever you're traveling or whenever you're at the stadium and you're supporting these guys, you represent us. You represent them. And you represent the city of Houston. If people just stick to that one idea, just represent us, and always act in such a way that brings respect to our city and to our team and our players and gives us dignity, then everything else falls into place. After that, we have a couple things that we just say we don't do here, all right? No violence. No bigotry. Have respect. Don't be disrespectful. Very simple stuff. Those are things that weaken all of us. They bring shame to us. And all we have to do is act in a way that we can be proud of and shows our city in a good light and that we can be proud of. It's very, very simple stuff. Thank you. In terms of organizational structure, this is the part that there's going to be headaches over. It's not perfect. It's fluid. There's an amendment process. Because when you get into the structure of something, there's questions of who gets what and when. So that's something that's going to be amended. That there's going to be changes to it. It's designed to really get us moving in the first direction in year one. You know, the first year you want to do some cool stuff, but you got to survive as well. So there is some direct stability built into how the first year operates. So the question of, well, how come I wasn't invited to this? The best answer there is that, number one, everyone is invited because there are at-large positions. All right, the leadership structure is 2 delegates from La Batteria, 2 delegates from Brickwall, 2 delegates from Texian Army, and then 2 at-large delegates. There's an elephant in the room on what I just said, and we'll address that towards the end. But those at-large positions, we are looking for help on those. We're looking to the unaffiliated fans for people who want to get involved and want to step up and believe in this idea to make this happen. In terms of execution, you know, those are some big ideas that were shared at the beginning about some possibilities. The first year is really all about coordinating the support around the stadium. We want to get the songs in everyone's hands and hopefully get us all moving in the same direction on that stuff. And we're planning. It's planning a business plan for the next year. It's planning a charity. We realize that we're shooting from the hip here, guys. This came together in 2 months because we said, oh crap, the stadium's opening up and we got our back up against the wall on this thing. We got to do something. We got to move now. So we have no problem and no ego about saying that there's going to be changes and that in some way we don't really know what we're doing. But if we all believe in it, we all move together, then we can make some really cool stuff happen with that. So, you know, year 2 is executing a business plan, executing a charity. Let's put together a massive trip to Dallas. I saw on Facebook today that Dallas's front office is promoting and running a bus trip to Houston. FO run bus trip, everybody. Buy your tickets now. I cannot wait. It'll be a short bus.
They really do run a bus.
In year 2, and it's actually kind of a good thing that we don't, and this is the one good part about not having a Dallas trip in the first year in the stadium. I cannot wait for our ISA bus trip to absolutely crap on theirs. Well, whatever they bring, we're going to beat it. That's all that matters. Whatever, how many buses they bring down here, we're bringing more to Dallas in year 2. And most importantly, the charity. The charity has to happen in year 2. We want to raise and donate some cash this year. That's important that we start giving to the community now. But year 2, we really want to start looking at ways that we can make a difference in youth soccer in this city, and hopefully even award a scholarship or 2 to the camps that feed into our academy. You know, just imagine if the next guy who made it from Houston came because we found him and because we paid for his scholarship and he got discovered at a camp. That would be something that we could all take a lot of pride in. A couple 2 last points, almost done here because we want to open up to, you know, conversation, ideas, questions, comments, criticisms, what have you. There is an elephant in the room. Brickwall's here, La Batteria's here, Texian Army's here. Someone's missing. And
There is the team.
And we've made every effort to reach out to those guys. And the message going forward to them is, you're our brothers, we love you, and the door's open. We'll continue reaching out there. And then lastly, there's just the inevitable. The inevitable is that there's going to be naysayers. There's going to be critics. There's going to be trolls. There's going to be people saying, you guys are an outstretch of the front office. How much are they paying you, Chris? What's your paycheck? You know, what do they do for you guys to make this happen? All right. You can't change people like that. You can't change them with logic. You can't put in the comment section, oh no, I think you're mistaken. It's an independently organized. They don't care. People like that just talk crap. They're called haters. And that's the time when I see that, it's already started. Independent Supporters Association was that. It's already started. That's a time when I reconnect with the vision. Let's get TIFO in every section. Let's get 22,000 people singing for the team. Let's create a community. That's what matters, not the naysayers. You can't really do anything about those guys. So 2 things. We're looking for 2 things from you guys. Before we open up for discussion, just need 2 things. Number 1, please go to our website and register for the forum. All right? We're going to get as much conversation as we can right here about ideas and questions and comments on what we're trying to do here. But it's just us right here. There's a lot more of us. Please get onto the website tonight. It's walkerandhouston.com. The forum will be operational as soon as I can get to my laptop and push a couple buttons. But please get on there, and there's sections set up, some things about the association. There's sections for TIFO. There's sections for songs. Let's start the conversation going tonight, or while you're at work tomorrow.
Don't tell her, boss.
Yeah. Don't be like Walker and got me fired. But, and lastly, the last thing is, guys, we could really use help for these at-large positions. We're looking for guys who are experienced. I'm sorry, thank you. We are looking for people. It's gender neutral for some people. I apologize. We're looking for people who are without ego, who believe in this idea, and have some maturity and experience that they think that can be applied to this. Because we need help. And right now it starts with 2 people. I can already tell you we're going to need more. All right, 2 is not going to be enough. We're all the leaders of this are all busy with our supporter groups as well. So this is not a supporters group that we're creating. There's no membership and there's no dues. Number 1. All right, everyone's can be Walker and Houston if they want to participate. But we could really use some help in terms of leadership for people who have experience, people who are mature, people who've got a level head. We definitely need help from you guys getting that going.